Hello everyone, I am back once again. So I'm going to be taking guys today through the errors that we have in Excel. You know, when you're doing these calculations in Excel, it's very easy to make mistakes. So these are some of the common mistakes that we have. We're going to have a situation where you have these ashes, these signals, instead of having answers that you have worked out. Then there is this way you can have name, and then there is also the ash divided by 0 and then the value. So these are some of the common errors that you have in Excel that you can encounter during calculations. So how does this error come about? When you have a look at this one, you'll really see that there is no problem in this formula because it's this cell, which is this it's multiplied by 500, B2. It is B2 multiplied by 500. There is really no problem in that formula. And even the answer is there showing 25,000. So where does the problem come from? This is caused by, this problem it occurs when the number that is supposed to appear there, is too large for the size of the cell. So it means the cell is not enough for the numbers. So what you have to do, you have to lengthen your cell, you increase its size. So how can we do that? You can do that by you can do it manually like that. There is also a way of double clicking it and then it gives you what you want. So we have that one, that error is corrected. And then there is also this one where we have name. Now when you come and you check on this formula, you realize that there is most likely to be a problem in this formula. So let's check the formula. It is saying we're adding cell F2 and H2. There is no problem here, but then the issue is the formula, the formula that we have entered. Now, when they bring for you this thing showing name, it means there is a problem with your formula. The formula that you've entered is not recognized by Excel. So in Excel, you realize that we do not have a formula of adding. The one that we normally use is sum. So let's check if we try now, if we are seeing if we try to type in the add, let's see the formula that we shall get. So the only one that brings its address, so meaning the formula doesn't exist. It is not recognized by Excel. Instead, in Excel we use sum. Okay, so if you correct it using sum, it brings the correct answer. You can correct that. It's not difficult, yeah? And the problem, it has been corrected. Then when you take in this cell, the formula we have H2, where is our H? H is here. H2 is this one, divided by E2. Where is E2? E2 here. E2 is a blank cell. Now that is why you're seeing it is divided by 0. Even in math, in your calculators, if you try to divide a number by 0, it gives a mathematical error. So in Excel, this is the same thing. It will give you this error, which is division 0. So it doesn't work unless you divide that by a number. 0 can be divided by other numbers, but dividing a number by 0 normally gives an error. So that's why we have there an error. So you can correct that one by entering, use the right thing, yeah, something reasonable. Like, I think that one can work. And then finally, there is this one, this error of value. Let's see the formula we have. So it is showing us that we have a 50 divided by D1. Now, when you have a look at this, we have a number divided by, we can say this one is a short text. It's a text. It has a letter. So it's not a number. It cannot divide a number. Okay, I hope you're understanding. It cannot divide a number. So that's where the problem is. It means there is a problem in the values that you have entered in our formula. So that's where the problem is. So this one, you simply have to make sure that, okay, whenever you see this mistake, the value, the hash value, it means that there is an issue in your formula. Okay, whenever you see this, it means not in the formula but in the values that you're manipulating. It means one of them is not right. It doesn't agree to the calculations. So in this case, we have seen it is, we have this instead of having a number. So those are the errors that you have in Excel. Yeah, those are the few, some of the few and very common errors that you have in Excel. Yeah, then sometimes when you're entering, let's say, like using the if function, let's say we're grading here. Let's say we have a if our logical test. It's got this one. Sometimes you may forget and you leave out the comma. Let's say it's greater than 60. So you may forget and then you leave out the comma. And then before you go now to the next part. Or let's say you may not leave out the comma, but you may forget the quotations. You know, in the if function, we normally put the values of, okay, the results, yeah. We normally put them in quotations. Now let's say here I have forgotten. So you're seeing, or let's say I do one or I did two. Then for you enter. You see? Okay. It means there is a problem in your formula. Means, so whenever you encounter the name, it means there is a problem in the formula. You have not formatted your formula properly. It means there is a problem. So you go back and you correct it. Now this can be corrected by putting the quotation marks, and then we shall get our answer. So let's see if we can correct it. Let's see if we can get an answer out of this. Sometimes it could even just be putting brackets, you know, like especially when you're doing grading like this one, where you put so many ifs, and then you will need to have very many brackets. So you may actually forget to put the brackets. So that is another cause of the problems. Let's see. Oh, so there is an error. You have seen that's also another, but in this case, it normally the program normally denies to enter that. So we have to enter the correct thing. Sometimes when if you have included something that is not supposed to be there, it normally brings you showing you that there is an error, such that you can correct it. So now I have seen that there is an error, correct it. Good. So this time I believe it's going to work. And there it is. So those are some of the mistakes that we have in Excel. Yeah. So that's all about the errors in Excel I have for you. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and thank you for the subscriptions. Have a nice time.